What's up, Stanleys? Welcome to the best family in all of YouTube. Today, I'm going to be doing my rewatch reaction of Star Wars The Clone Wars Volume 1 trailer from 2003. This show is one of the best. It's directly from my childhood, and I grew up watching it, and this is the Clone Wars that I do know. The 2008 to 2014 Clone Wars show was great as well. Probably, to me, a 7.5 out of 10, but the Clone Wars 2003 is 9.4 out of 10. It's just as good as it can possibly be, because nothing was ever held back. This was Lucasfilm at its prime. Even though the prequels were underrated by the majority of the Star Wars audience, this was Star Wars at its prime. This was Star Wars when the expanded universe was alive and well, and people were sharing their stories, and this was just where all the fun began and started and happened. 2008 to 2014 was when Star Wars producers started holding back and not produce as well accurate or legitimate or thrilling, exciting content, even though it's higher technologically produced. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Count Dooku's ship, the same one he left with in Attack of the Clones. Darth Tyrannus, or Count Dooku. Master to Qui-Gon Jinn. Apprentice to Darth Sidious.
The dark side is strong in me, for I am Sith.
You are no Sith. Sith have no fear.
And I sense much fear in you.
And I sense much fear in you. Republic gunships.
I know you don't think I'm ready for a command of my own.
Jedi
Your
Starfighter.
skills have never
Obi-Wan
been
Anakin
questioned.
diving into battle.
It is your
Anakin
maturity.
Skywalker defeating and desolating 30 super battle droids in just
Huge
seconds.
factories on Unilist.
In just a force
Building
push.
huge droid armies and
Munilist.
massive warships. We must
Battle
move quickly.
of Munilist. Battle of the home world
To send.
that Darth Plagueis was born on. Munilist, one of the most legendary and iconic planets in the whole Star Wars universe.
And the young Skywalker as well.
And young
His
Skywalker.
exceptional skill will be.
I like his voice. It's kind of sinister, but it's also mysteriously wicked. It's the perfect match. Super Battle Droids. Commander Fordo, Mace Windu. This is the best action you probably get in any Star Wars TV show nowadays. Rebels is just poorly made, but this is one of the best that Star Wars has ever produced. Kit Fisto diving underwater and fighting alongside the Aqua Troopers mid-Clone Wars. Anakin Skywalker battling against Asajj Ventress, illustrating and showing how he received the scar in his left eye. Star Wars, The Clone Wars. So, I enjoyed every second of it. The Clone Wars TV show from 2003 was excellently produced. Like, story-wise, this was rich, and this gave a lot. In just 2 episodes. 2 episodes, so about 2 hours of film and TV. You get more and you learn more than what you may get in half a season of the modern Star Wars with Clone Wars that ran from 2008 to 2014. This is definitely rich in lore, and it's genuine and true to the expanded universe, and it's as close to Star Wars as it can be. There's so many Jedi Knights that you may never even heard of that you get to see their full power and might. I'll give you examples like Kay Krook, Shaak Ti, the Thorian Jedi Knight, Barriss Offee, Luminara Unduli. You only briefly saw them in Attack of the Clones, but you get to learn much more of the relationship between the Jedi Master and Jedi Apprentice. You get to see Ki-Adi-Mundi, the Jedi Master that fight on Magneto before Order 66 and was gunned down by Commander Bakar during Order 66 in his own initiation stage. Kit Fisto, you only briefly saw him. He's another Jedi High Council member, just like Ki-Adi-Mundi and Luminara Unduli and Shaak Ti. He gets to go underwater, battle against the Confederacy with all his power, might, going full force, nothing ever restricted. True and genuine to the character. I mean, it's a little bit of an extreme, but extreme sometimes doesn't automatically make Star Wars TV show or media look bad. It's extreme, but it's still more thrilling than what you may get. Would you rather see Kit Fisto fighting in a battlefield amongst and against the Confederacy, the droid army, or would you rather see him fight underwater and make it more ambiguous, intriguing, and mysterious with the Aqua Troopers? You get what I'm saying. You get the gist of what I'm saying. and you can consistently get chills. For example, in the part that's very reminiscent of Revenge of the Sith, you hear Padme call out Anakin's name, Anakin! I can't do it because I have a deep baritone voice, but she yells out to Anakin in his dreams, Anakin. That probably, when I first watched it, definitely sent shivers down my spine, making me feel, even in the Clone Wars, even in the midst of Clone Wars, in the height of the Clone Wars, the most dangerous battle since the Mandalorian War, that fear, anxiety, pain, anger, hatred, and suffering is inevitable, because during this time Palpatine's using his Sith alchemy tricks to brainwash Anakin and to turn him to the dark side of the Force, making it inevitable for Anakin to turn back to the light and save his wife until A New Hope arrives, which it would be too late. But in this, you see General Grievous and his full might and power, and seeming really intimidating. He is a machine, 8 feet tall, 9 feet tall. He's a Jedi Slayer, machine made by machines. He is a machine. The only thing left in him that's not machine is his soul, his inner soul, literally. He is a machine, and he wants to kill as many Jedi as he can within a single battle. He wanted to literally defeat Ki-Adi-Mundi, K-Krook, Shak-Ti, the best Jedi Knights and Masters in just one battle. Nothing stopping him. Still, he cannot do that because the Jedi High Council, especially when they're fighting together, is a really difficult opponent for General Grievous to take on. Barriss Offee and Luminara Unduli, they were fighting on Elam, a snow planet that is very similar to Hoth, and it's really cool. You get to see the dynamics and what makes a Jedi Knight a Jedi Knight, and what makes a Jedi Master a Jedi Master, and what makes a Jedi High Council member a High Council member, and what makes a Jedi Padawan a young Padawan still learning the ways of the Force, the fundamental ways of the Force. And it's very realistic as opposed to the Clone Wars TV show. You see Obi-Wan and Anakin, they have to eat anything that resides on the planet, like slugs or bugs that us humans on Earth may never ever even try to eat, but they have to do those things and eat those type of organisms to survive on a planet when they're in the midst of a battle or when they're in a hideout. You get to meet Asajj Ventress, once Jedi Padawan turned Sith assassin and Sith apprentice. She was basically a Sith assassin and Sith apprentice to Count Dooku, and she really desired to be the most powerful Sith, since it was the Jedi's lack of trust in a single Force user that made her want to seek absolute and maximum power. The Jedi never really put any additional faith into each one of the Force users. They each gave basically each Force user the same amount of faith, unless they are the chosen one that have the highest midi-chlorian count, a midi-chlorian count of over 20,000 that exceeds Master Yoda. I really wish that we got to see Aurra Sing. If you don't know who Aurra Sing is a bounty hunter, and she's actually in the Phantom Menace briefly during the pod race. She was once a Jedi Knight as well. She abandoned the Jedi ways and became a bounty hunter, since she felt that the Jedi ways were too restricting, and she just desired to seek more freedom. Durge, a bounty hunter, one of the most powerful. I believe that Durge is the most powerful and most underrated bounty hunter. Way more powerful than Boba Fett and Jango Fett. If you witness his tactical strength, and how much he would go through in a battle, how much damage he would go through in a battle just to defeat a opponent that he deemed as the goal or mission to complete success or a mission to complete victory, he would do that, and he would undergo any damage, just like Darth Malgus right here. Super powerful, but I mean for a non-Force user, very powerful considering he's a non-Force user. And the elite Shark Republic gunship carrying Captain Fordo, our trooper commander Captain Fordo, in the height and in the most dangerous moments of the Clone Wars. Him and his men that can last hundreds of droids. The most powerful and strength-brutaling elite squad that the Galactic Republic has. Captain Fordo was basically one of the most higher IQ troopers. He knew how to fight in battle without having to go to retreat. He knew how to last long, just like Captain Rex or Commander Cody. Those were the legendary, superb clone commanders that they themselves, they could probably defeat like 50 droids. Just one clone commander can defeat 50 droids. And the cartoon animation was really inspired by Samurai Jack, which is another animation that released around the same time the Clone Wars 2003 TV show released. Now to the animation and presentation aspect. The animation's 2D, but it's really complex in how they portrayed the art to feel realistic, epic, and thrilling. Just by looking at the pictures, it's more exaggerated than the Clone Wars, but it's still realistic because the characteristics of every Jedi of every clone, every civilian, every Sith apprentices, and Sith assassins. Every single character portrayed really donned the original characteristics that George Lucas desired. The cartoon moves frame by frame each second, so basically only moves a few frames each second, as opposed to 60 frames per second animation. What a cutscene may have, or what a semi-realistic cutscene may have, provides something much more inquisitive, and when you watch it, it's easier to understand. For example, when you watch a movie or show or whatever it may be, 60 frames per second cinematic clips take a longer time to process, but this is very simple and easy to process, while the art is making it slightly more complex to analyze itself, meaning that you're putting more attention to the art instead of the actual movement of each character, which I prefer. And the special part was that the artwork was really inspired by Ralph McQuarrie's artwork, of course. Vuveth Mon, a Jedi Knight, a Shirastavian Jedi Knight who fought during the waning years of the Galactic Republic. He seemed to don similar physical characteristics that a wolf may have, which was basically a callback to Ralph McQuarrie's artwork for Chewbacca, which, if you look at the original drawing and sketch for Chewbacca back pre-A New Hope, around the time of 1975-1976, he resembles more like a wolf than a Wookiee from Kashyyyk. If I had to rate the trailer, I'd probably rate it a 8.8 out of 10. What would make it at least a 9.5 out of 10 was if they used prequel soundtracks, which I am a big massive fan of John Williams' prequel soundtracks. Definitely really good, definitely highly recommend it, definitely underrated. Only 26 likes. To me, it deserves at least 26,000 likes to me. So, if you enjoyed my rewatch reaction, please smash that like button. Can we reach at least 250 likes in this video? Please comment what you think about the Star Wars Clone Wars 2003, and don't forget to subscribe. Push the bell button so then you can be notified of my most recent and upcoming uploads. Thanks for watching, and like always, may the Force be with you, always.